let's continue. The next topic is going to be the World Cup predictions. I kind of blanked on that for some reason. I'm trying to
Groups
get my
E.
mouse.
We're going to be looking at groups E through H. If you're just if this is the first episode that you're watching, episode 1 of the Undrafted Opinions podcast, we looked at groups A through D. So go ahead and check that out. If you want to see the first half of our predictions, we're going to get into groups E through H right here.
And there's also snippet videos that we cut up. And
right, where we broke
go
out the
later,
first one, yeah.
But yeah, you can also check that one out as well if you just don't want to watch the whole thing for some reason. People don't got that much time to waste. Here we go. Group E, we got Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Serbia. Now, I think the biggest threat of all these teams, Brazil could probably field like their C team, and I would think they would have a good chance of getting out of this group. So let's just say Brazil is probably going to win this. They got too much going forward, plus what happened to them in the last World Cup, 7-1 against Germany. I don't think that they're going to come back way more serious. I feel like they're the team that has the biggest redemption, kind of, in a way. Like, their level of redemption is up there.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. They definitely don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
At least they're not playing in Brazil again.
But I think they're like the Blues Brothers. They're on a mission from God.
Okay.
Which is soccer God, which, them Brazilians are weird.
The only caveat for me for Brazil is that Neymar has not played in probably pushing like 6 weeks now since his ankle injury. So they're saying that, like, oh, everything's fine, he's good to go, like, he's returned training.
Well, I think that's probably why he took the time off, too.
If he's rusty in the first couple group stage games, like, I don't know.
I think they have enough going forward against these other teams' backlines to where if they do miss them for like the first 2 games, I don't think they're going to be like too scared.
Okay. I mean that's
anything,
probably true. I'm just saying.
Because it's like the same thing with the Messi argument if they play without Messi or they still have something there up top
on paper.
Yeah, on paper, but I feel like
especially in the Argentina's case, on paper
Coutinho,
without Messi, they have a bunch of people.
Coutinho, you got Willian, you got
Gabriel Jesus,
Firmino. I mean, that's still a lot going forward without Neymar.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's like, oh, dude, like this is a solid lineup, but like without Neymar, I think they can still figure it out. And I think their back line, with leading by Thiago Silva, is still gonna be solid enough. And I don't think they're gonna. I mean, he did play in that 7-1 loss, so I think that says a lot too, because they got that red card, unfortunately. And hopefully, Neymar doesn't break his back again.
I mean, it's not like it was his fault he broke his back. He literally got like Spartan kicked in the back.
But yeah, so what game is the most important in this group?
Probably Costa Rica, Switzerland.
So
I think the winner of that game finishes second.
Finish that second?
Yeah. I don't think Serbia is gonna make a lot of noise here.
Yeah, because I think they only have the biggest players is like Matic and he's from Mitrovic.
Yes, and then they have an aging at this point, Alexander Kolarov.
Yeah, that's who.
There's a couple of people I know that are in there. Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio, is he Serbian? I feel like he might be.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, they have like a handful of like mainstay players that play.
It's like most of those Balkan states that they have like 3-4 guys at least that are
imagine if they
somewhat
were
renowned.
Yugoslavia though.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
like the team that you can put together with like the Soviet bloc countries, it'd be pretty crazy. So I think Serbia for me is 100% fourth place. I think the game between Switzerland and Costa Rica is going to decide second. And I give the edge to Costa Rica.
I'm going to go with Costa Rica, too. Because
I think Switzerland were dreadful in the playoffs. They got one of the playoff spots, if I remember correctly, in the UEFA qualifiers.
I don't remember who they played.
And I just remember those. I think the first game was 0-0. Like, it was just, they were dreadful games. Like, Switzerland did not. I want to say it was Switzerland-Sweden, but that couldn't be because they're both there. I forget who they played. It was like they're just. I feel like they don't have anything.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a strong team either. So
it was a team that even Switzerland should have got through relatively easily.
Like, wait, what happened here?
Yeah. But like they did not play well in the qualifiers, and I don't know that they're going to be able to make too much noise either. I think Costa Rica, obviously, like they were quarterfinalists in the 2014 World Cup. It was a little bit of a Cinderella story then. I think
a lot of those guys aged. I think Campbell, that was his breakout kind of tournament. Ruiz is a little bit older. They got a bunch of MLS guys when I looked at the roster. But they have guys sprinkled around in La Liga. I can't remember. There's a guy in La Liga I can't remember. He's a striker, I think.
Okay.
But they have like a sprinkled around guys in Europe too. Not too many, but like not to say that's, you know, I mean, look at last tournament what's happened. But I think people are gonna know where they're gonna be coming from. So
yeah, I think they've definitely over the last 4 years established themselves as like a very respectable team from CONCACAF. I feel like it's no longer just the United States and Mexico. I feel like Costa Rica is definitely someone that can at least put up a fight. And on their day, like with Keylor Navas in goal,
Keylor Navas.
And
forget about Keylor Navas.
I think that like that they have probably, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like some of the other goalkeepers from like B-level nations. I would say that they probably have the best goalkeeper that's not from like a major nation.
Probably like Oblak.
But okay. Let me rephrase that.
I would say from CONCACAF for sure, best goalie.
I was like, but is Oblak in the World Cup? He's like, it's like Slovenia.
Oh, out of all the teams.
Yeah.
I think you meant like in general.
Maybe that too,
yeah.
but in the 2018 World Cup, I think they have the best goalkeeper of like a B nation.
Yeah. Probably yeah. I would say yeah.
So I mean that just works for them too.
Switzerland's goalie is.
That works for them too, and they're always like a really high.
From Mönchengladbach.
Right? Sommer.
Yeah.
And they have Switzerland have Sommer and they have Berkey.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I would put either one like for me anyway. Neither one of them are as good as Keylor Navas.
Yeah.
I think really that Keylor Navas is underrated in general.
He's easily top 10. Some people would argue like top 5.
I would say top 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
regardless of like the Real Madrid and stuff, like yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like some people will knock him down because he's playing for Real Madrid and say like, oh, he's top 10. But there's a lot of people that give him that top 5 argument.
I think.
For sure.
Well, yeah. I think personally he's in the top 5 for me.
Okay. So we got Brazil and we got Costa Rica going through.
Yeah.
So Brazil 1, Costa Rica 2. But who knows, man? Maybe Costa Rica surprise again should be the number 1 seed out of that. So who knows?
Possible.
Let's move to Group F, and we have Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and Korea. Biggest game in this group.
It's gonna have to be like the two middle. I'm gonna say Mexico, Sweden. Oh, I don't know.
I feel like Mexico is not. They're gonna be the last one out of this group. I feel like Korea
really
is gonna be surprising enough. And I feel like
Sonaldo is gonna.
I feel like they're on the not that they're on the decline, but I've read a couple of things that are just kind of negative going towards them with like the squad and. Is Carlos Vela even going? Like, there's some players that are not going for some like coaching reasons and stuff. They have like that same thing going on with like France. So I heard, and then the morale is not very high because they don't obviously. I read a couple of things on them, so that's why I would say them on the low. And then
really, so you think Mexico's gonna finish 4th in that group?
I feel like they will, if not third. The best I think is probably third because I think that first game against Germany, they're just gonna get murdered.
There was an interesting stat that I saw. I think it was like the last like 2 or 3 World Cups that the holder, like the reigning champ, has not made it out of the group stage.
I don't think that's gonna be.
I don't know that this is gonna be.
Like the last World Cup, there's never been a European team that's ever won a World Cup in South America, and Germany did that.
Yeah.
So.
They humiliated Brazil.
I don't think that's gonna hold in this one as well. I think if anything, they might get knocked out the next round, but I don't see them not getting past this. Now Sweden did hold their ground against Italy in that the qualifying game.
I don't really think that's saying much though.
But I'm saying, but like if they have the capabilities of doing that, but you know obviously Italy didn't have a striker. I mean Immobile was playing that game, but like that's the debate. Another debate on if they can hold up. I guess
they brought in their real striker for the friendlies, Balotelli.
But yeah, I don't think they're bringing Zlatan either.
I think that's right. I think they said that he's not going to be in the World Cup. Yeah.
So it's like it's a little. I mean Forsberg. I think Lindelof got called. So and I don't know if that's gonna help them out because I know they have like a bunch of guys from the Swedish league that are gonna be going. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head that's really a big name that plays outside of there besides like Lindelof and what's his name? Yeah, Forsberg. I know there's a guy in England. I don't remember Sigurdsson. I think he's like a left back.
Okay.
But like other than that, I don't have enough confidence in them. But I feel like I mean yeah, I can't make the case that well for Korea, but I feel like they might be able to be the second team out of this. Because I think they're capable of beating Mexico. They're capable of beating Sweden. Those are the two key games for them. They really don't need to worry about that Germany game. The only thing that they need to worry about is not giving up as many goals. But they just need the 3 points against Mexico and Sweden to get by in this group.
I don't know. This is a tough one for me. Like, I honestly don't know who finishes second. I don't know. I think before this, I would have said Mexico easy, but I don't know. You've kind of convinced me that maybe there's some problems.
I think from what I saw, like their lineup, like it doesn't. I think they're not. They're. This is also a transitional, like, are changing the guard as well. There's a lot of younger guys that are coming in, and they're not having like those like the established names, because a lot of their established names moved to the MLS.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have an effect on it too. I'm not too sure.
I think maybe we can throw Korea in there as like a dark horse. I really feel that all those bottom three teams, I mean, anyone not named Germany in that group, is going to have a hard time putting the ball in the back of the net, is what I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like unless Heung-min Son just goes completely berserk.
Because I feel like I
don't know where the goals are going to come from in that team.
Korea has the best single player out of all three of those teams, I feel.
Wow.
Forsberg, Forsberg can probably. I mean, he's a great.
I guess I would agree with that.
Mexico, they have like a variety of players, obviously, and you want to have like a good, solid team. But I feel like
no one stand out.
Yeah,
not
no
like
one
Son.
stand out. Yeah.
All right. Sure.
Because I mean, like I said, I don't remember seeing Vela on the World Cup roster.
Okay, but would you put Vela above Heung-min Son anyway? I don't think I would.
I think I would.
Okay.
Because I feel. I don't know. It's tough. Because I don't feel like I've watched enough of Vela to make that argument.
Okay. So we got Germany. Obviously, we're gonna have Germany going through one.
Yes. I mean, if you want to go with Sweden or Mexico, I'm fine with that.
Sweden, I don't trust Sweden.
Okay.
I don't know where their goals are gonna come from.
But I mean, I don't want to discount them as well with saying like, oh, them not holding against Italy is not saying a lot. I feel like that, to me, that does say a lot, because I feel like they know this team's looked at, being said that they're not going to make it. Like, oh, thanks for participating, but they've overcome. I mean, so
if they replayed the I'm blanking here, the playoff games against Italy, I would expect Italy to win the next 99.
Yeah, but they didn't though.
That's true. But I like and this is Italy that is a ghost of past Italian teams. Like, they are nothing compared to what they used to be.
In a way, I can agree with that, but like I still think they should have. Like, it's like when we played Portugal in the World Cup. Like, how did we even draw that game in a way? Kind of, I don't know.
See, but I don't have Portugal that high on my list of nations either.
Okay, whatever, fine. Well, who are you gonna pick then? Who are we picking? Who's two?
I'm okay with Korea.
You're okay with that? Okay, so we're gonna go with Korea then.
Sure. Why not?
I've tarnished Mexico enough to where like.
I guess. Yeah. I think we're gonna look real stupid, but. We'll go with Korea.
Hey, man, let's go with Korea, all right? Because they're going to lose to Belgium. Oh, no, they're going to lose to Brazil. So, I mean...
Hey, at least Arjen Robben is not at this World Cup in case Mexico gets through. There's not going to be anyone diving in the box.
Okay, all right. That's a good argument. All right, let's move on to Group G. We got Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, and England.
Oof.
All right, most important game.
I'm actually going to say Panama-Tunisia on this one as the most important game. Because I feel like whichever one gets 3 points, I think both of them are going to lose to Belgium. One of them could nick a draw against England, because you know that they have one choke job in them at all times. and then whoever wins that game between the two of them, whichever one of them drew England, could squeak second place past England.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that Panama and Tunisia is the most important game.
Okay. I'm gonna say no to that because I feel like England. I think they're gonna take this. Not that they're gonna take this tournament seriously, but I feel like they're somewhat bringing the right players. They've left behind some players that have like somewhat of a stain on, like just not that are in it. Like I feel like the only like couple of call-ups that question is like Ashley Young. Not to say he didn't have a great year, and I'm a United guy, but like I'm like, you couldn't bring another left back.
I mean, but like, who else are you gonna have? Bertrand or, who's this? Danny Rose, who was injured most of the year anyway.
I also would take Danny Rose. I feel like unless they are gonna use him as not just as a left back, as a utility guy, but I don't think he brings enough to them defensively. I felt like I'm less confident in that pick, but I don't think he's gonna start though, because I think who they have.
They played 3 at the back actually.
Because I'm saying like if anything they're gonna have him as a wing back.
Yeah, they were 3 at the back.
I think that system of 2 is gonna benefit them as well.
Having the wing backs.
In the wing back, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it gives like a less of a focus on getting out wide, because they're already gonna naturally get out wide.
Who's gonna score goals for England?
Harry Kane.
I don't know. I feel like what did Harry Kane do in the Euros?
I don't. Okay.
Harry Kane didn't do jack.
I think
correct answer, Jack.
Okay. All right. Correct answer is Jack. But you also said that tournament is irrelevant because of with Portugal's statements or what you said with the Portugal group.
That was just in like context of Portugal. Like I don't put any stock in what Portugal did at the Euros because they won the Euros without winning a game.
Harry Kane in the Euros either. This tournament, anything can happen. There's a player that can have a moment in this tournament like that just is in the right place at the right time. I feel like he's going to be able to help lead their front line, and there's enough on the supporting them to help that out.
He's obviously Harry Kane had another great year for Spurs. Raheem Sterling had a great year for Manchester City, despite the fact that he missed 100,000 tap-ins. Vardy is continuing. Everyone thought that both him and Harry Kane, everyone's like, oh, they're one and done. They're not gonna be able to replicate their success in the Premier League, and both of them have proved that they've been able to do that. But when they all put on that Three Lions white home kit, it doesn't work.
Okay.
They're all really. I think that all of their attacking talent.
Who would be your 2 then in this group then?
Panama. Because Panama is going to beat Tunisia and draw England and squeak through second.
So you're saying they're not going to give up how many? I think if that happens though, because then we're saying Tunisia is going to be the punching bag.
Yeah.
So England, they're both going to have that 3 points. They're going to draw England. So you think England's going to give up more goals against Belgium?
England's going to have a shocker against Belgium, and they're going to get just destroyed. Panama is going to play with some grit and not get destroyed by Belgium, and that's going to be your goal difference. And England is only going to beat Tunisia 1-0. It's going to be Harry Kane in the 88th minute. He's going to score a header when they should have scored 17,000 goals in the first half. I think what we're going to learn here about England is that Gareth Southgate is literally driving blindfolded. That's what's going to be exposed here. No coach for England
I think he
in the last 10 years.
Blindfolded though with this group of players in this group though.
They have not shown that they can play together. If England couldn't do anything with the last generation of players that they had, they're not going to do anything with this generation of players.
I think the problem with the last generation was like the combination of Gerrard and Lampard being like almost similar though.
Sure, whatever the problem is.
Okay, I don't know. We're really going with
Henderson.
Panama?
I personally, you can make your own bracket. I'm putting Panama second.
So
England's gonna choke. England is born to choke.
We'll go with Belgium and Panama.
Born to choke.
I think you're wrong, but we'll have to go with Panama because we have to move on.
It's gonna happen. You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Remember
England
that
out of the
group
World Cup.
page. All right. Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan.
Oof.
Most important game.
Oh man, I don't know.
I would say it would be Colombia and Poland. To see who gets out of the group.
I think this is one of the few. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think this is one of the few groups where it's not obvious. It doesn't feel obvious who's going to finish first. I think it could be Colombia or Poland. Like there's not a clear favorite. Like I feel Belgium is a clear favorite to finish first. Germany is a clear favorite to finish first. Brazil is a clear favorite to finish first. I think in this group, it could be a little bit of a battle of attrition. I think that.
I don't think
Colombia, straight head to head.
Colombia's going to come short of goals at all. I feel like they have a lot going up top. Because like
I guess
I'm somewhat impressed on how they've been able to make all that work.
Yeah, Falcao's recovered.
Yeah,
it seems finally.
Yeah, how he's mixed in with
failed
James,
Premier League for a couple of years, but
and then how do you say his name? Mario, yeah, and then they have like Cuadrado, sorry, and then the guy from Brighton.
Oh yeah, is Cuerdo or whatever? Yeah.
The midfield lacks obviously. The back line I can't even remember. They have like some La Liga guys there.
One dude from Valencia, I know that.
Yeah, and that goalie Ospina from Arsenal. Ospina. There you go.
Yeah.
So, I would say obviously Poland with Lewandowski, like obviously, but I feel like after that it's like there's a lot of less depth.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just like who's the Drummond right back? I'm blanking. Starts with a P.
Peace check.
Yeah.
They have what's his name? Lenetti from it's an Italian team.
Sampdoria.
And then they have I don't even know where Blaszczykowski is.
Last I knew he was at Wolfsburg.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure if.
And then they have I know there's like one guy that plays for Hull in the championship.
And then the guy from West Brom.
Oh yeah, Krakowiak at West Brom.
Yeah.
But I mean Robert Lewandowski is a world class striker. Like,
yeah.
All they gotta do is feed him the ball. He'll do the rest.
I would say I would be confident with Colombia being 1, Poland being 2.
Okay, I think it comes back a little. I agree with that, and what puts it over the edge for me is the CONMEBOL qualifying. I think it's like all those teams. All the teams that make it through that are much more battle hardened.
I mean, there's a lot of credit going to Lewandowski. I think he scored the most goals out of anyone, all the players in the qualifying. But I felt like their road to the World Cup was a little bit easier from what I remember.
I feel like honestly, most of the European teams' road to the World Cup is because they're all like basically guaranteed to win their groups. When you're like beating up San Marino and the Faroe Islands every other month.
And I think Colombia was 2 in their qualifying, as I think I remember.
Okay.
So
I don't remember what the order was, but anyone who makes it through, like we were talking about Peru in the last episode, and like I feel that just like anyone that makes it through that, anyone that survives that, like they're for real.
Okay.
Because you're up against like you're constantly playing like Chile, Argentina, Brazil, like those are those are games that those countries are taking seriously too.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're not getting their B teams.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'll give Colombia 1, Poland 2.
Okay. So. That's our predictions. The next Undrafted Opinions episode, we'll go through the brackets. We're gonna have to write this down and then eventually look at it again.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have like something right here, or maybe we'll make something, we'll type something up or something like that. But yeah, let us know. Do you agree with us at all? If not, let us know in the comments down below. And yeah, let us know about your predictions. It might be a little bit different from us, but yeah, type that in.